Welcome to the Double Feature Podcast. This Double Feature Podcast is a triple feature, this time discussing the films of the Mexico trilogy. The Mexico trilogy is created by the late great Robert Rodriguez, and of course the films are El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. This triple feature includes movie news, video game news, and just talking, because that's how all great podcast begins. So, welcome to the Double Feature Podcast. Well, hello guys. Welcome to the second double feature. Today is, of course you guys are hearing this in a Monday, but today is a Friday. So today, later, I'm going to go see Across the Spider-Verse. So that'll be my plan for today. Pretty exciting plan, that's for sure. So that's exciting. That's the movie that's coming out this weekend. There's also other movies that are out that we'll see if I see them or not, but chances are pretty low. Again, when I go to the movie theater, ladies and gentlemen, I very much try to watch a movie that's like, newer or, not newer, but like they're good, so I put effort to go to the theater to see them. I wouldn't want to go to see a movie and think, oh, it's fucking shit. So why would I personally go out of my way to go to the theater to see them? So I try to make sure that I see the people that I like, and if they say the movie's good, then I go out to see the movie, and I try not to risk the theater experience. I try to make it as pure as possible. So this weekend, I'm just going to see Across the Spider-Verse and The Little Mermaid, because some say it's good, but, it's a pretty even Steven, so we'll see. It's a risk, but it might be a big risk, might be big rewards, who knows. But that is the plan. The news about movies, there's not much. I mean, only that Across the Spider-Verse is already out, and people are surprisingly enjoying the movie, or some are loving it. And that's a good thing. I'm glad people are really, truly enjoying the movie, and I'm very much excited to see it. But other than that, the news are pretty simple. I mean, nothing crazy is going on movie-wise. I'm right now watching the Indiana Jones film, so I'm watching the trilogy. I saw Raiders yesterday. I also spoke about Raiders today. And I'm going to try to but try to watch the Temple of Doom and Last Crusade as the last three movies to watch, or the last two. And then from there, watch some of the Anderson movies, some of the Hayao Miyazaki's films, because Hayao Miyazaki's got a film coming out this year as well. So it's great. It's a very exciting time for anime or Hayao Miyazaki's fans. And I'm going to try to see his films, some of the Nolans, some Mission Impossible. So I have a lot of movies to watch. So I'm going to be pretty busy seeing films at least every single day. I don't got much of a resting period, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty difficult. But yeah, that's some of the plans I have when it comes to films. A lot of films are coming out. It's summertime, so it's like a lot of movies are coming out. So it's a good time for all you fans of films. So get yourself excited. So that's the plan. Today's triple feature. Video games. I played Batman Arkham City. So you may be wondering, Josue, why the fuck are you playing Batman Arkham City? That game's old as shit. Because why not? When I want to get back to playing the games or the video games, I very much pick Arkham City. Arkham City is a game that I could just pick, play, enjoy, love, even, and call it a night. That's what Arkham City is to me. It's a game that I could just pick up, say fuck it, and just love it and enjoy every minute of it, and finish it in like a few days. And that's what I did. I picked up Arkham City on my 360. Hooked up my 360, the old 360, not the black one. We're talking white, freaking has the chargers for the old controllers and everything. It's old as shit. Got that. And yeah, I played Arkham City from beginning to end. Story mode. I did most of the side missions. Not most of it. I did all of them except for the what's that mission? What's that shit called? The Riddler missions, because fuck Riddler. I'll do that when I actually do a full-blown playthrough of the game. So I also got Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna start playing that when I have a chance, but I'll be honest, I haven't had much of a chance. So this is pretty rough. It's been pretty rough for me these days. But other than that, I'm pretty set. I'm pretty set for the films and the games, and just enjoy Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like that's gonna be a fun video game for me. But today's triple feature is a very simple triple feature. It's a Mexico trilogy, ladies and gentlemen. So I decided with my girlfriend, because she's Mexican, so I was like, you know what? She's never seen any of the Mexican movies. I have never seen any of the Mexican movies. So I was like, fuck it, let's watch the trilogy. So we saw El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. All three films back to back to back. And it was a great experience. We went to her house. I put it on the internet, and we saw the three movies. It was late as shit when it ended, and went straight to bed because I was sleepy. And towards the third film, I was already getting a little sleepy. I was already like kind of knocking out. Let's be honest. I was very a little unconscious kind of watching the movie, but I made it to the end. But other than that, it was very exciting. I really enjoyed the trilogy. So yeah, let's start talking about it because I don't want to make this a long podcast because I do have sadly a movie to go to, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go see Across the Spider-Verse and Little Mermaid. So it's bad timing, that's for sure. Yesterday I felt like shit, just terrible, felt awful. I didn't even have a chance to talk about the podcast or the movies in general. I slept in pretty much and said fuck it. But yeah, so we're gonna do this very short podcast, even though we're talking about three films. So let's talk about the first picture. El Mariachi. El Mariachi is about a traveling mariachi is mistaken for a murderous criminal and must hide from a gang bent on killing him. The film is in color, the rating is R, and the runtime is 81 minutes. So yeah, the first picture, El Mariachi. So I saw the film, set it up, and her little brother came in to see the movie. I was like, I don't know if he should watch it. You know, I've never seen the movie, so I can't. All I knew is that I don't know if it's pretty violent, so I don't know if the kid should watch this. She was okay with it. He saw it and freaking enjoyed it. As far as I'm concerned, he still talks about El Mariachi to this day. To this day. So that young child probably is the only one in his elementary who's seen El Mariachi. So he's got something above a lot of people. That's all you need to know. And if anybody tells him, oh, El Mariachi, he knows what he's talking about. And people are gonna be like, oh my god, he knows so much about films. Anyways. El Mariachi. It's I saw this film and I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, I'm a filmmaker. Well, I'm an aspiring filmmaker. I can't say I'm a filmmaker because I've yet to make a film. But I love films. I mean, I love fucking movies. I love seeing movies. I try to see a film every day. I go to the theater at least once in the weekend, maybe 2 times. It depends if the movie sucked this weekend, or I just go to the retro theater and see an old ass film. Or any of that. But other than that, I try to go see a film at least once during the week. And I have to say, this film was truly special. I mean, it is a indie's dream, pretty much, this film. I mean, if you want to make films, this man made this movie. Let me check right now the budget for El Mariachi. Let me see the budget. This film is it was very cheap. That's all you need to know. It's very cheap. And it was, how much? The budget was $7,000, ladies and gentlemen. $7,000. So if you have that kind of money, you can make a film right now. And you could see, El Mariachi is a very indie. The way it's shot is very home video-like. The way it was created, the way it was written, or just the way it was shot, the way it was shot. But it still had that cinematic value to it. And El Mariachi was a special film during the 90s. Because, again, this was the 90s. That's when Quentin Tarantino, at this time, I think Reservoir Dogs came out in 1992. No, 1992 it came out. Came out in 92. So the year after that was El Mariachi. So it was a year of just bloody, violent films and excitement in the cinema. And this film was definitely that. It was a crime film. It was bloody. It was violent. And it was just a really solid film from beginning to end. So I'm just gonna state things because I already spoke about this movie in my YouTube channel. I already spoke about it, but I didn't go in depth. There's moments. I mean, this film has moments where it's like, what the shit. I mean, the fucking scene where the dude's head is on the streets is some pretty interesting visuals. I mean, I gotta say, to this day I have no idea what the fuck it means. I'm probably gonna have to go in depth on the internet to figure it out. But a dude's head was on the streets because he had dream sequences throughout the movie, in which there was a floating head or a flying head, just the head in general. There's a fucking head there, and he was doing his shit, and it was pretty interesting visuals. And it was very traumatizing. I'm surprised the little child was not traumatized. He was laughing even. I was like, oh, this dude's fucking sadistic himself. But yeah, the film was truly special for its time. It's very well made, very well directed. The performances are pretty good for the actors and the actresses that were there. I mean, these are not mainstream actors or actresses. The main guy is very unknown. Nobody knows who he is. And he was actually in Desperado. He was one of the guitarists, or part of the crew. And it was a tough movie to see at times, especially towards the end, where the girl gets shot. She dies. She gets killed. Also, this is a spoiler talk, so I'm sorry. But a girl gets shot, gets killed. She dies in a very sad way. I mean, it was tough to see. It was like, oh man, they didn't even get a chance to have a romance, but they didn't even make it to that point. Sadly died. It was pretty funny, but also very dark. I was like, holy shit. And he runs away, kills the mobster, which I gotta say, the mob guy, Mauricio, best performance. I mean, dude was that ultimate fucking villain, laughing his asses off while he killed this guy's girl. And just laughing. I mean, it was just such an over-the-top acting where I was quite like, holy fucking shit. This dude's overacting his ass off, and I love it. This is amazing. So yeah, that boss, the henchman, is definitely a memorable one. Very memorable. It was hilarious. But yeah, El Mariachi, very good movie. It's if you're an aspiring filmmaker, I would watch this movie and just really see this movie and show that, hey, you can make a movie with very little. Dude had $7,000 and made a whole full-length film, and he made not only a full-length film, but he also made a great one, a great film, very well written film, very well made film. Even though the budget was slim to none, it's crazy how he made this movie. And I love the foreign to it. It's in Spanish, it's not in English, and I love that. I love that part of this film because it's like, oh shit, it's a foreign film, Spanish, and of course the sequel is in English. So, but yeah, I really like El Mariachi. It's a great film, and I think it's the best picture. I'm gonna predict it. It's the best picture. So, those are my thoughts for El Mariachi. I don't know if there's anything else I could talk about this film that I can spoil. I mean, it was cool that the girl died. It was very unconventional. Usually the guy kills the boss, leaves the girl, have sex, whatever. That never happens in this film. They never have sex. They didn't even have a kiss. And it was pregame pretty much. It was like, oh, they're gonna get there, but it's just we're not there yet. But the girl dies, and he runs away, saying fuck being a guitarist, and now just vengeance, and it was exciting. And a really enjoyable movie. So those are my thoughts for El Mariachi, and let's talk about the second film. The second film is Desperado. Desperado is about a former musician and gunslinger, El Mariachi, arrives at a small Mexican border town after being away for a long time. His past quickly catches up with him, and he soon gets entangled with the local drug kingpin, Bucho, and his gang. The film is written and directed by Robert Rodriguez. The film is rated R. It's in color, and the runtime is 104 minutes. Alright guys, the second film is the film Desperado, Canción de Mariachi. So this is the second film. This is a slash reboot. If I remember correctly, I mean, it's a different man. Of course, it's not Carlos Gallardo as El Mariachi this time. It's Mr. Antonio Banderas, a more mainstream actor. So it was definitely a different kind of film. It's a different vibe. I mean, El Mariachi had a vibe. It is a very darker, very gritty. This movie is still darker and gritty, but it's more like goofy. You know what I mean? It's goofy. El Mariachi was goofy too. I'm not saying it was. In the moment where the dude's playing on the fucking piano, he is his own mariachi with the piano, is one of the funniest moments I had in a movie. But this film is more goofy. It's a way goofier film. And it's pretty funny, I gotta say. This film is, of course, this film is the one that everybody knows, Desperado. Everybody knows this film. People probably have seen this film. And it's an action film. It's more action, adventure, western. It's more like, oh shit, freaking Christ. And the writing is good. I feel like this film is very well written. The dialogue is actually really good. The dialogue is great. It's a very well written movie. And Desperado is a very good, very great inclusion to this series. And I mean, it was great. And also Quentin Tarantino's in this movie. He's a cameo. So that was pretty funny. And it was cool. It was cool seeing Quentin in a movie. It's just always fun to see Quentin. And yeah, it's very bloody as usual. The action is great. The romance is better in this film, I gotta say. I just think Antonio and Salma Hayek has the better chemistry. They have such great chemistry together. I mean, now seeing Puss in Boots and all the movies that they've done together, they have incredible chemistry, and you see that in this film. And it's really fun. And the love is really realistic, and just scenes. I mean, the bar scene was really fucking exciting. And Mariachi's there. He's trying to get information. Quentin's there. He gets shot in the head. Like, at one point I was like, did I see what I just saw? I kind of forgot for a second. Like, did that happen? And then I realized, oh shit, Quentin's dead. He got shot in the fucking face. That was pretty exciting. Seeing a director that you know and love get shot in the face. But it was that scene was great. It was very enthralling, and the action's cool. Of course, some of the goofy shit. I mean, dude with a fucking bazooka as a guitar case. It was hilarious. Some of the shit was just so entertaining and so funny. And it's over the top, but not in a way where it's terrible. It makes it bad. It's like, okay, this is a grindhouse film. The way I saw this film was a grindhouse style, and it's great. I think it works for its standard style. And I loved it. I thought it was really fun, really good, and it's as great as El Mariachi. It's more mainstream. The budget is definitely bigger than when it's 7,000 budget. It went from 7,000 to 7 million, so the budget went higher for this film. And you can see the way it's shot, the way it's directed is very cinematic, and I liked it. I really did like this film. And yeah, the way it ends is very satisfying. It's an ending that's satisfying, and it's an ending that I wanted to. It should have ended in Desperado. I don't think Once Upon a Time in Mexico was the best sequel. Let's just say. But other than that, I really enjoyed Desperado. It was really fun. The romance is great, and the action scenes were fucking amazing, and I loved it. It was fun. It was really, really fun. And a great sequel. And a reboot. I mean, it's a reboot / sequel. I mean, it's a sequel, but just a different actor, pretty much. I mean, it tells you about the past and, like, him losing his girl and now just just killing drug dealers, pretty much. That's the legend of El Mariachi. And I like and also the music by Los Lobos was cool as well. Especially the main song, Canción de Mariachi. I mean, everybody knows that song. That's not a song that people don't know of. It's a very catchy song, and people really like it. And I thought it was great. So yeah, Desperado was really good. And I'd check it out for you guys. So now it's the third and final picture. The third and final picture is Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Once Upon a Time in Mexico is about a hitman, El Mariachi, becomes involved in an international espionage involving a psychotic CIA agent and a corrupt Mexican general. The film is written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, of course known for the films El Mariachi, Desperado, and From Dusk Till Dawn. The film's rating is R. The runtime is 102 minutes, and the film's in color. So, the third and final picture, and this was the picture that, I gotta say, it was 3 movies back to back. I was getting a little sluggish in this film. I was getting a little tired, a little sleepy. And I was just tired, man. I was fucking exhausted. But I went through it, I saw it, and it sucks because this is the weakest one. I didn't hate this movie, but I didn't like it as much. I still like the action. The goofiness is still there. It's such, and this is even more. I mean, it ups the ante as far as I'm concerned when it comes to the goofiness. The violence is violent. There's violence. It's pretty fucking bloody. And Johnny Depp is sensational. That's my main positive. Is Johnny's sensational. He's hilarious. He's also an asshole, but he's likable too. He's a likable asshole. And yeah, it was pretty. Johnny Depp was something in this film. Also, this movie had the biggest cast, I'd say. I mean, every actor in this film is known. You got Michael. What's this fucking guy, man? Let me search. It's a famous guy, very famous. Mickey Rourke. He's great. He's pretty. I mean, he's cool in the movie. He's Mickey Rourke. He's a Mickey Rourke character. Also, William Dafoe is in this movie. That's the thing that got me. I mean, that's one of the negatives, is they didn't use him well. I mean, William Dafoe as a Mexican leader or a Mexican crime lord could absolutely be entertaining. That could be the most entertaining thing ever. And I felt they didn't use it well, sadly. They didn't use it well. I didn't like that role for him. But other than that, I mean, he was fine in the movie. I felt like either he didn't put his 100 or just the director, Robert, really didn't give him much to work with, too. So, there's that, too. And El Mariachi's depressed, too. And the thing that I have to say is the biggest gripe for me for this film has to be Salma Hayek's death. I mean, that was the best thing from that second film, is their chemistry together and them working well together. And they didn't have any of that in the third film, pretty much. I don't know, either Salma didn't have the contract or she couldn't do much shooting for the film, that she couldn't be part of it. But other than that, I just wish Salma was in that film. She was very entertaining in that second film. She was fun, she was lovely, and she would have been a great inclusion in the third film. But she wasn't in the movie. She barely was in this fucking movie. She died with the kid. Which I thought that was going to be like a twist that maybe the child's not dead. Because they never really show the kid's death. They showed the girl. They show Salma's death. But they never show the child. So either the child died and we didn't see it, or just, we don't know. Maybe in the fourth film we'll find out if El Mariachi maybe captures the daughter. I don't know. Or the child. But yeah, this film is the weakest link. I mean, I didn't hate this movie. It's not a bad film. I mean, there's great moments. I mean, there's moments where, bloody-eyed freaking Johnny Depp was so funny. It was so entertaining, just him being blinded. Also, just being a badass, too. I mean, Johnny was a fucking badass. He killed Penelope Cruz. Or not Penelope, what's this fucking girl? Eva Mendes kills her in the most refreshing and most lovely way. And, yeah, I really did like Johnny Depp in this movie. I mean, he's not the good guy, though. He's not a fucking good guy. He's a bad guy. But even then, he's still a entertaining bad guy. With a little likability to him. That's what I have to say. That's the best, honestly, the best thing I could say about Depp's performance in this film. And he was just the best performance, I think. El Mariachi was great. I do like Antonio Banderas' role. I mean, Antonio is great as Mr. El Mariachi. He's absolutely masterful, even. He's great. He's lovely. He's just a gloomy guy now in this movie, because he loses his wife and his kid, and he's just death. He died, and he's just a walking corpse at this point in his life. And I don't know if he ever finds another girl, or that's just how he is, man. And, but yeah, that was the thing. I didn't like how they dealt with that shit, man. I like Salma Hayek. Them killing her off for 5 seconds was like, come on, man. It'd be cooler if Salma was in this film. But yeah, that's a bummer. But, hey man, it's whatever. I like the first 2 movies, so I guess it is a successful double feature, not a trilogy, because I'd say the third film, like most third films in a trilogy, never really hit. And it sucks. It's a stinker, but not a bad stinker, yo. I'm not saying Once Upon a Time in Mexico is a piece of shit, like a fucking terrible movie. It's good. But it doesn't get that for me. It doesn't have it for me. It's just, that's my opinion. Robert did a great job directing the film. I mean, the dialogue was funny. The famous "Are you a Mexican or are you a Mexicant?" That's, everybody knows that fucking line. Everybody remembers it. It's such a memorable line in movies. But yeah, I thought it was cool. How the action scenes were cool. Enrique Iglesias in the movie. Acting is shit though. Acting is not great. He didn't have much to work with either, but still, we're gonna have Enrique act in a movie. It's just cool seeing Enrique Iglesias singing and killing people. That was fun. I gotta give it that. That was pretty fun. But Once Upon a Time in Mexico is definitely the weakest link, I gotta say. But other than that, it's not terrible. So you guys could see Once Upon a Time in Mexico. You might like the movie. I'm not saying you might not. I'm just saying, not my cup of tea, sadly. So let's do the awards, the rating, the awards. I'm gonna give okay, let's do Best Actor. I'm gonna give it to Antonio Banderas in Desperado. I think he's amazing in Desperado. I think he's sensational even. He's fun, he's funny, but he's also a complete badass who gets shit done. And he had the best performance, I do think. I think he's great in the movie. Best Actress, Salma Hayek in Desperado. She's great. She's lovely. I love Salma Hayek. She's a great actress. She's also beautiful, and she's great in this movie. And she's incredibly, it's just like Salma Hayek. She's a great actress in her movies. She's always good in every movie that she's always been. She's always great in the movies or in the films that she's always in. She's in. You also got, we got Best Supporting Actor, and this is probably gonna be the only award I'm gonna give to the Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Has to be Johnny Depp. He is the best supporting actor. He's hilarious. He's a cool villain, but also an asshole, but also likable. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a dick. Maybe I like assholes as far as I'm concerned. But he's likable. I like him. He's in the bloody eyes, fucking badass at times. I like Johnny Depp in this film. And he is, without a doubt, the best supporting actor in the film. He's great. Best supporting actress, it's going to be Salma Hayek because she is supporting. So Salma Hayek wins the actresses, I say. Or, honestly, I'll give best supporting actress. Because I already gave Salma a rating. I'm going to give it to Consuela Gomez as Domino. And then Mariachi. She's great. She's really cool. She's really cool. Best direction. Then Robert Rodriguez and everything. But I'm going to say El Mariachi. I think this film is, I don't know, it's just, I feel like he had so little to work with El Mariachi. And for him to make it the way he made it, and it's still a very great directed film. Not only that, but for the budget that he had, he really made something special in that movie. So I gotta give it to Mr. Robert Rodriguez and Ed Mariachi. Best screenplay, Desperado. I feel like the film is very well written. The dialogue is better. I think the dialogue is really good in that film. It's very, very fast paced and really good. I like the dialogue in Desperado. And the story cool too. The story is really cool. He's trying to get payback for one of the guys that helped the guy who killed his girlfriend. He's trying to get payback. And he's also trying to get away from the life as well. But it's pretty hard. Wait, guys, I forgot. It's hard. Best supporting actor. I thought about it and I forgot Steve Buscemi is in Desperado. He's really fucking good too. But I'm gonna give it to Johnny still. But Steve Buscemi is still a great choice. So if you do choose Steve Buscemi, that's not a problem. I liked him in that movie. Best screenplay, Desperado. Best cinematography. That's difficult. That's hard. Because all three films really are very well shot. Probably Desperado. I'm gonna give Desperado. I don't know. Yeah, Desperado. I'm gonna give it to Desperado. It had the higher budget, and the shots are pretty cool. And there's scenes where he's fucking killing everybody, and like the bazoo, and them all three together. It's a very well shot film. So I'm gonna give it to Desperado. Okay, best shot. So a singular shot in this film. I mean, there could be plenty. I mean, the shot with him with the freaking mariachi walking in the desert or shit, or him trying to look for a car. That's a great shot. Also, bloody eye Johnny Depp. I mean, our most iconic. I mean, it's gonna have to be freaking El Mariachi. It's gonna be El Mariachi, him, and his guitar, roaming around Mexico. The shot of that. One of the shots from there. I can't give it a single shot. Great fucking shot though. I like that shot. Best scene, Desperado bar scene. That's easy. That's an easy one for me. I can think of that because that's such a great scene. Seeing Quentin Tarantino getting shot in the fucking face was funny. And just the action scene and them fighting and the dialogue. I mean, I don't know which part though, because there's a scene where Quentin talking about pissing on him making a bet with the Mexicans, saying I'm gonna piss in this bottle, or making a deal with a bartender, saying okay, I'm gonna pee in that freaking I'm gonna bet you $500 or some shit, or whatever money. I'm gonna pee in that bottle, but he didn't pee in the bottle. He pissed everywhere else except the fucking glass, pretty much. And he fucking laughing his ass off. Bartender's laughing, ha 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 ha, and then he's like, oh well, you owe me fucking money, bro. And he's like, oh fuck. And then he goes talk to two guys in the back, grabs money. He's like, oh, here's your money, bartender. He's like, why are you so fucking? And the bartender's like, why are you so fucking happy about it? You lost your fucking money. He's like, well, I bet these guys, I don't know, 500 apiece. That I can piss in this glass. I could piss on. I'm gonna try to piss in this glass, but instead I piss everywhere else, and I piss on you. And not only would you not be mad about it, you start laughing or you'd be happy. And yeah. I tried my best trying to make that story up, but Quentin Tarantino did it beautifully. That scene, I'm going to say that scene. That scene is fucking good. That dialogue and everything is top notch. But also the shooting scene. That shit was cool too. So, anyways, what else do I... Best Picture. That's hard. Best Picture. I gotta say El Mariachi, man. Because El Mariachi, to me, for what he had... for what he did with a budget of $7,000 it's motivating. You know what I mean? It's fucking motivating. It's like when I saw the movie Following of Christopher Nolan, which that had same amount of budget, even less, I think. And him making that movie and it looking as good as that was, that's respect that I gotta give Mr. Christopher Nolan and Mr. Robert Rodriguez. Those movies with nothing, no budget, and they made some good ass movies. So that's why I have such respect for El Mariachi, man. It's just for what they had and what they had, or what they gave. He made a great movie for what it is, and the tone, some of the goofiness works. Not too goofy where it's like but it's funny. You can tell this man's being goofy and it's great, but not over the top. The tone is still very dark, very gritty, very like he getting shit done pretty much, and Mariachi gets the Best Picture. And an extra bonus, I guess, Best Villain. For the laughs, I'm going to give you the fucking Mr. What's this fucking guy, man? I can't find him, man. Oh, no. Can't find the boss. Oh, no. What's this guy? What's the actor's name? Oh, no. I can't find the actor. Fucking Peter Marquardt. Marquardt as Marcio in El Mariachi. He is hilarious. I mean, for that fucking scene alone, he is the best villain in films. I mean, he's laughing his ass off, shooting the girl. He's like, ha ha, laughing like a maniac. And it is fucking amazing. That is one of the funniest, over-the-top acting. That's my best villain. I don't care. Sue me. So, yeah, that is the triple feature. Again, it sucks I didn't have to speak much, because I am in a hurry. I mean, next time I'm going to try to put the podcast and where I can actually talk more for a longer period, but it's quick, simple, have fun with it. And if you've never seen them, you should check out the Mexico trilogy. Great triple double feature. If you want to see the Mexico trilogy, I'd say start around 8 or 7 early, and you'll be done by like 1 or 2 ish. So you'll be good for the for the next few hours. And yeah, it's a great movies. 2 great movies. Once Upon a Time in Mexico had its great moments too. It was fun at times. Great performance by Johnny Depp. So it's going to be an exciting trilogy. I mean, it's going to be exciting. You're going to have fun. So I'd recommend it for you guys to see the Mexico trilogy. If you have not seen it, go ahead and check it out. So those are my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. And that was the second double feature. We did pretty good again. It's just I wish we could do more time in it, but next time I'll do more. I'll do better. So anyways, wherever you guys at, either you're at work, have a great work shift. If you're driving to work, have a great work shift. If you're home, just chilling, drinking, have a nice time. But anywho, have a great day. Have a great Monday or Thursday, or have a great day in general. But this is gonna air on Monday, so have a great Monday. Start of the week. Love yourself. Check yourself. I don't know, man. Fuck yourself. Whatever you want to do. Truly, whatever you guys want to do. But anyways, have a great day, and see you guys. And that was the end of the Double Feature Podcast. Hope everyone enjoyed, and we will see you in the next Double Feature Podcast. Bye-bye.